Hi gardening friends, my name is Lark and I'm in zone 5. I'd like to take you on my Tea Time Tuesday tour. Welcome back for all my friends and hello to you new people. That bush there is a honeysuckle, a spreading honeysuckle, and it has tiny chartreuse flowers on it. Kind of a leaf of chartreuse and a little bronze with a red stem. Pretty, but aggressive. We're starting on the opposite end today. Oh, the scarlet runner bean is starting to get its pretty red flowers. That is my recycled gazebo, using it for an arch into my veggie garden and out of my veggie garden. We mulch with stones. That's what you're hearing me walking on, the stones around the house. The daylilies. Let's concentrate on daylilies today. I have to stay focused. This one's Revolution. I do remember that. Comfrey coming back from me chopping it down once and using it as mulch. It's a nice quantity of comfrey up here, but it doesn't get full sun, so it doesn't get as big as down in the bog garden. Bee balm is starting to bloom, and right in the middle of it I put some tomatoes, some leftover tomatoes that I had, 2 plants I had. Let's not do the veggie garden today. At least not right now. We'll see. Corabelle, that's getting its bloom on also. Those are the ones I have on the front sidewalk path. Oh, fragrance. It has to be that milkweed. Oh, this year the deer haven't gotten back in this corner. I see I might have some phlox blooming and actually a tiger lily. Tall one. So far they didn't get back there. Smoke bush. Oh, I tweaked my right shoulder. My hat was blowing off the other day at farmer's market. I went to grab my hat and I flung my right arm up, and that's my challenging arm. I always have a hard time doing yoga with that one in full plank. It always is a bit sore. I guess I don't let it heal. Well, anyways, my hat blew off and I grabbed it and flung my arm back to get it. And now I'm having a hard time, like putting my sleeve on. But I'm doing some therapy, and I'm going to get therapy on it. There's my trumpet vine on the arch, looking magnificent. And the mosquitoes are hovering right around me here. Tick seed is in full bloom. The milkweed is winding down, so it'll get those pods on it. And I don't want them to seed in my garden, so I'll be taking the pods off. We are hot and bone dry here in Wisconsin. We need rain. And it's 92 out right now and humid. Don't know the name, but it's pretty. That one's not Revolution. It's shorter. And these are the early blooming daylilies. I have some that are later. Phlox is starting. I like this fuchsia colored one. And this I cut way back. Now this is in the front of the garden here on the edge. White phlox is starting to bloom. And the monarchs are loving it that I have let so much milkweed go to bloom. Queen of the Prairie. You have to have an area for this because it does, whoops, I've got to get a mosquito here. It does travel by runner. Now I'll show you on the edge of the garden here. See the grass edge? Now this is phlox right here. And it's only about knee high because I pruned it back. After it's done blooming, I'll take it out of here on the edge. It doesn't need to be there. It just reseeded. And the variegated Heliopsis. Pretty foliage, and it'll get a yellow. Oh, it did get a yellow. It just needs deadheading. Variegated Heliopsis. Another daylily back there that is kind of a salmon color and then gets a stripe of kind of a golden yellow in the center. And the common orange that I love, especially down in the wild area. Later blooming daylily. That's the regular Heliopsis. Regular. And pink phlox, which I keep pulling out every year, as that one's very aggressive. I actually have some white coneflowers left. I had quite a few, but they turned pink. This was a white also. Now it's pink. I thought I could make it without mosquito spray on. I hope I'm not wrong. I love the Gloriosa daisies. They show up in whatever pattern they want. Likeness. If there's jerking, it's because I'm swatting a mosquito off of me. Clustered bellflower. Ooh, one more white. Coneflower. And I spread tons of seeds, but it must have cross-pollinated and the seeds came up, and the more dominant is the purple probably. But the butterflies are loving it. They just love landing on that cone. My hens and chicks. Mullein. Pretty little allium right here. Drumstick. Whoops, I'm probably shining that right in your eyes. Actually, I think the reds look better in part shade. I think all the daylilies look prettier in part shade. Remember me telling you that I don't like flowers on the hostas? And I was going to take all the flowers off? Well, guess what? I didn't do it. It wasn't a priority. They are pretty. Ground cover, Lance Corporal, Persicaria. With Fennel, Astilbe. Here's a pretty little daylily. It's in the, I think it's a Salome series. Really small. Probably like 3 inches across. I'm leaving a hickory tree grow in the garden. Shagbark hickory, there's a lot of them around here. Not on my property, so the squirrels buried it, so now we're going to have a shagbark hickory. I like the look of this daylily with the pygmy barberry. And then the red stems of this Joe Pye weed. This is Gateway. And I like it with smoke bush. And then at the bottom is the pygmy barberry. And then to bring the red out more, I leave some of this Hopi amaranth come up. I spread a lot of seed, but the seed will only germinate if it gets light. So we need to not mulch so heavy. Another little one. Here's my hand. Tiny, huh? Red center and the burgundy foliage of the amaranth. And burgundy foliage of the barberry, pygmy barberry. And I see Joe Pye. There's some more Joe Pye right there, which can get about 6-7 feet. And I didn't plant it there. Joe Pye gets a fuzzy on it, seed head, similar to a dandelion. So they take off in the wind. Cranesbill going to seed, which needs to be chopped out. This is another little one. I think it's called grape something. Grape. Tiny. Let's go. Let's go this way. This is a path that I have not weeded. But I wanted to show you the Simisafuga Hillside Black Beauty. Shade. Fragrant and gets about 5 feet tall. Very pretty. Slow grower. Monkshood. And my Sub and Substance. Isn't that pretty backlit? And I told you that the Sweet Sicily gets black seeds on it. Well, actually they dry to black. Can you see them there? And they'll fall. Or you can chop them up, eat them. They taste licorice, like licorice. So does the foliage, especially the new foliage. Wood sorrel, that goes in my salad daily, or my cooked greens in my bone broth. Now I'm supposed to have some in substance all up around this blue regal up on top, but they're really small, so I will start burying some of my green garbage that I have under the kitchen sink and help it fertilize the ground behind there so those other ones get big. Tiny one. Feverfew. Great medicinal herb. So these are the Sum and Substance that are tiny. See? They need to be worked on here. I will put cardboard around them, dig in garbage, and they will come. Nope. I don't like old dead daylilies on there, so I usually walk around in deadhead daily or nightly. Pretty fragrant one. Real fragrant. The ants are liking that. And so are the hummingbirds. I got this from somebody who said, Lark, you like blue. This is a blue phlox. Does that look blue? Not blue. red bee balm under here. It can go crazy. I don't mind. Later day lily. Annabelle. Later day lilies. My pots are doing okay on the deck now that we have heat. We are getting more color in fullness in the pot. I used orange cosmos, cannas, Japanese beetle damage. Cosmos are in there, orange cosmos. Swedish ivy. And I don't know if you remember me telling you, but I wanted to use this as a screen. And the cosmos, so we don't see the air conditioning unit so much here. Let's see. Oh, the back of the shed is looking good. So hot. This is south exposure. And that is what, about 10 inches deep, not even 8 inches deep, those flower boxes. So those flowers have to be drought tolerant. That is lantana. Cosmos in there with the canna. And there's a few marigolds. Let's go see how my bicycle's doing. This is a morning glory, which I was very late in getting in here. And then a sculpture I made out of barrel strappings. And then I just bought that clear sphere. Rust and glass. New people, you will see I like rust and glass. Blue. Okay. Creeping Jenny, golden. And then I gave a haircut to the lobelia, so it comes back with some new growth. Golden Creeping Jenny. Okay, spiderwort closes up in the afternoon, but we have Gloriosa daisies in here. And I also had one there that the bunny ate, so we got chicken wire around it now. It'll come back again. My arch, I told you earlier, this gate and arch, I had Sweet Autumn on for many years, and it died back. It's coming, but very sparingly and short right now. And then my bicycle. It's the first time I bought some type of begonia in there. If it doesn't get taller, which it said it was supposed to get about 10 inches, I'm not going to be pleased. I thought it'd be taller, so I'm leaving a couple marigolds grow in there. Red Prince Wigilias are winding down. Still a few little pink blooms on here. Red Prince. And they'll have a few flowers on all summer, off and on. Now, we had to limb up this pine, blue spruce, which now we know don't do good in Wisconsin. So I'm planting hydrangeas here, very small, but I'm keeping them watered, and I'm digging in my compost around it, my kitchen greens. And this will fill in. By next year it should be good. I keep my shovel there and I make like a little divot where I know I haven't dug garbage in yet. And I have one more right there to do. And then I will go on to some of the daylilies and fertilizing them that way. Digging in my green kitchen waste away from the root ball. Flagpole area. One big hot planter because it's brick, full sun, calendula, fountain grass, some sunflowers, and Mexican sunflower is in there too. It's got to grow, but it's down in there by the pole. Now I use the pole for support. I'll be putting twine around the sunflowers and the Mexican sunflower. Larkspur. These are all reseeds except for the fountain grass. And sage. This one's Victoria. She'll get bluer. Oh no, that's not a reseed. That is, I bought some ivy. So the fuzzies on the grass are so pretty in the morning when the dew is on them. Calendula, you know I save those. I have a lot more calendula by the veggie garden, so I leave these bloom. I don't use these medicinally too much or for tea. Spirea is the golden. Spirea, gold flame. Diablo 9 bark. Gold tip junipers, which the bunnies have lived in for over winter till now, and we're seeing a lot of dead in there. So they must be girdling the bark. So the trap is out. Look at this, my marigolds. So healthy looking, but the blooms are so late. Those blooms are ones I bought, and they're really short. But the ones I start from seed, or they reseeded themselves, are taller, but oh, look at all the green. And I did not fertilize with nitrogen. I don't know. So this is Mexican sunflower in here. And it is caged because the bunnies. Here's my bunny catcher. So I whacked down the Russian sage, a couple weeks ago because I wanted to bloom shorter. And I also, just this couple days ago, whacked down half of the catmint. So that'll be growing up. So when I cut down that half, this'll look decent. So the circle here doesn't look bare, and it'll rebloom. So you can see from far away, I'm still having color in that area where if I would have whacked the whole thing down, I wouldn't have the blue color. Potentillas are doing fine. Japanese beetles love them, but they can't do too much damage to them. It's the purple sand cherries they like. So, I gave you a very quick tour of the garden and the yard a little. Hope you enjoyed. See ya next week.